Hey guys, my name is Sediak and welcome back to the third episode of Dead End here in City Skylines, where last episode we kind of expanded a little bit more on our industry area and we added in our first cargo line to get imports and exports from in and outside of the region. It's starting to make us a little bit more cash money moolah, but with all the recent expansions and because our town of Tumbleweed is so small, we aren't really making that much money, so we kind of need to create our very own gold rush in a way. We need to create an industry that's gonna, one, make us a ton of money, be so attractive that it's gonna cause a bunch of people from all over the world to flock in to the Dead End region to hopefully, make some sweet cash. So if you guys do enjoy this episode and want to see more, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you are new right here, then make sure you do subscribe so you are notified when that next episode does come out. But we are back, boys. And last episode I asked you guys to kind of give me some name suggestions for our, well, not brand new, but for our beautiful little industrial area. And I see a couple of guys commenting, yo, Sediak, you should call it Sand, if I can spell it right, Sandstone Industries. Is that how you spell it? Industries? I don't know. Help me out, industry. Sandstone Industry. I'm just going to call it Sandstone Industry because your boy cannot spell. And I still feel like I've spelt that name completely wrong. Yeah, there's no dis, it's a dus. Your boy failed at English in school right now. But there we go. Sandstone Industry is the name of our brand new little, well, not brand new, but, well, let's class it as a brand new area because we now just renamed it. Here is the beautiful cargo line right now, which is taking out trains, which are 100% filled up, and then new imports come in. It's all looking pretty good. We set up this beautiful little roundabout as well to kind of decipher the traffic a little bit more. A lot of you guys said to put some dedicated turning lanes, and I think that will be the next step that we will do to these roads here. If traffic gets a little bit more crazy. But right now, it seems to be able to uphold it. Now, for Tumbleweed, the town itself isn't going to get much bigger. I still kind of build it up to the edge just here a little bit, expand a little bit there and there. But that's pretty much as far as Tumbleweed goes right now. Like, just a little bit more around the edges. And I feel like that is all we need to do. We might plan on building like a bigger metropolis city. I don't know where. I don't know when that's going to happen, if that happens. But today's main focus is trying to create some type of industry to bring people into the region, to make it a little bit more rich and a bit more lucrative, to try and make this desert the place to be. I don't know how easy that is going to be right now. But the only downside is kind of struggling on a little bit of money. So don't worry. I think what we'll do, where is it? We'll get the big boy loan, and hopefully we can make enough money to counteract the $442 that is going to cost us. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. So let's take a look at the natural resources around it. So we have all up here, which I could go for all, but because of how high up in the mountains it is, it's going to be quite expensive to kind of first build a network to get up there to kind of get it. Same with the ore over here. There's oil here, which is pretty close to Tumbleweed, but we have to create some type of river crossing, and I don't think, again, we're going to have enough money to kind of build that type of infrastructure just yet. Same goes for over here. We have farming all down here, which is not too shabby, but the main kind of lucrative land. Same for the forestry is over here, which is too far away. We do have a little bit over on this side here. But then we have this big oil patch here. And I think, to be honest with you, this big oil patch here, which is all there, again, with a little bit of farming land, the oil is a little bit more lucrative. It's just off the highway down here. I mean, it's quite a big drop, if you kind of see it. But we can kind of build something that's a little bit more less slopey down on this side, as you can kind of tell. But that is the easiest place to get to it. The train line's there as well for imports and exports. So I think kind of starting to build a small little oil industry here might be the way to go forward. Now, in terms of getting people, the workers over there, as of right now, I feel like it's going to be too much money to set up any public transport to go that distance. So they're going to have to, unfortunately, drive to work. But once I start getting little smaller towns dotted throughout, then it will kind of make sense to have a train line going all the way to the industry, because it can stop off at all the small towns, making it a little bit more lucrative in revenue kind of terms. So I think that's what we're going to try and do. But the only downside is it's going to cost us so much cash. So much cash. So before I get the loan, I'm going to try and build the kind of infrastructure to get to the area before we start getting our loan, because it's going to cost us so much cash money moolah. And if I look at the terrain map, where is that? Because this is something that I never normally look at. Is it you? Terrain heights. You can kind of see the sheer drop that kind of goes off from the highway. It's quite a drop, isn't it? So we're going to figure out how we're going to do a connection. Now, we've got a lot of space here to do like a Trumpet Junction. But then the drop is a little bit too ridiculous. I could gradually bring it down this way, because obviously we've got more space to play around with as it comes down into the area. So if it came up to here, and then I could bridge it over, and then the Trumpet Junction can happen there. Maybe. I don't know. The whole thing is on a slope, so it's going to be a little bit difficult, but that is the price you pay for building a beautiful network, or building in a desert with mountains. That is the price you pay, guys. That is the price you pay. Oh, wow, okay, I didn't realize how... Okay, I think I might just kind of create it around here, and then we'll just make the road go around that way. Yeah, I think that would be the better option for us. So, Trumpet Junctions are my friends. I always like doing them, and we'll try and create this one to minimize the amount of road that I have to build. So we got like the national road going over. Makes a little bit more sense. So we'll try our best to do it here. We're going to have to kind of configure. And what I'll do for now, because we're not utilizing this train line here because it's attached to this one going out that way. So we'll kind of kill off that for a minute, just so I got a little bit of space to work with when it comes to building this little junction. So, national road then. I'll keep it all in play mode because I'll still be earning money as I build. And, right, so this is going to be interesting. So if I took it from here, and if I upped it a bit, because the elevated section here is what's going to be going over the road. So if I came to about... Well, which is kind of 6 out. So that's 10. So if I go by 16 and then just kind of drop it in, just so I've got enough space to go for a, let's go for a 7 by, no, actually go for an 8 by 8, because we're 8 studs in the air. So if I bring that down, then we've kind of semi-done a stud per, well, not really, because it comes down a bit more. But that's how it's going to work like that. And if I run this down that way, this actually could be a nice little perfect little kind of little setup. Then obviously we're going to need to have the roads like connect into it. So I'm going to make this quite an, not elaborate junction, but kind of space it out a bit because we have nothing but space at the moment. Right, so this is also going to be interesting. We're going to have to do like a really big kind of turn right now, which is kind of going to be a little bit crazy. But like I said, we've got nothing but space, so I shouldn't have too many problems doing that. So I brought this down to here, and if I did a 4, a 3 by 3, and that becomes a 5 there. So see if I can do a 2, and then a 3 by 3 like that. Flip that around. How does that look there for a little turn off? Is that too much? I think that might be okay. Because we got a 2 there, that's a 3, but I could do a 4 by 4 to make that bend not as harsh. So if I did a 4 by 4 instead, which is a little bit more annoying. But then I can't do it there, can I? 4. That's completely thrown me off now. Right, 3 by 3. Yeah, I'll keep it to the 3 by 3. That's completely thrown me off because obviously as we narrow the point, we lose them little studs in the middle. It makes complete sense right now. So there we go. We'll go back to how it was. There we go. Sweet, sweet, sweet. So this side here is obviously a little bit different. So if I run that to there and have this point here, which that in itself would be a 3 by 3 as well. And if I went from here, that becomes an 11 by 11, so it kind of bends around with the whole system. It's going to be a funky little junction. I mean, I could make this go up and round that way. Will I do that to kind of fill the gap in? Because it does look a little bit awkward, doesn't it? Right, let me try something different with this one. So if I brought this to there, and let's go like the opposite way around. Let's go back. So if I do a 4x4, which that became a 2x2, or a 3x2. Do you know what? I feel like that's a little bit better. That's better. All right, flip that little section around. So they've got plenty of road here to slow down for the bend before they head back in this direction. And it kind of looks all similar at that point, doesn't it? It does kind of look a little bit similar. So back up with this road then. And we want to then pretty much we'll do a 6x6. And by doing this, we're also coming down. So by 4, we'll go by 6 to the ground, and then we'll do another 6x6, and then we'll split the roads. So we'll do a 9, obviously flip that one round, bend it a bit so have a little bit more of a natural connection, flip this one then to a 2-laner, and then get these connected, which will kind of go backwards first. So I'll do that by I'll do these by a 9 as well. And we'll just kind of position them a little bit better. So that one like that. That one like that. And then obviously the whole of this little section here becomes a 2-laner because lane math, but then the lane math makes no sense because then at that point I could do a 4-lane road going this way because I would then put it into like a national road, but I think I'll do a 4-lane because we're eventually going to have a lot of traffic because we could then progress from the oil industry to then building a small little farming industry over here, but it also is the road that accesses the whole of this area. So I feel like, I'm going to put that into a 4-lane road. So lane math will remain. It will remain. So let me just quickly set up then the lanes. So just quickly sort it all out. So no one's tripping over one another. We're all good pretty much here. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. So let's then sort this out. And like I said, we'll go for the 4-laner. So if I go to there, and if I delete you, so I can just come off this and... Ooh. I just realised how that is not equal. So to there, to there. So bring you in. Alright, it's good enough for me. And then sort this out just here with the lane management. Sweet. That is a solid little junction if I've ever seen one myself. Solid, mate. I like it. So this road then is going to now carry all the way down. So there'll be kind of certain segments where we'll have it like going in certain directions. Like for example here, if I can make it... Actually, no. We'll kind of free... Well, I won't say freehand it, but let it flow itself. So here then, we're going to have to kind of do the anarchy. Oh, okay. I thought we had to do anarchy. I just realised. Not enough money. Not enough money. So now we're losing money. So we'll grab that loan right now, and this is where we'll put it now into pause mode as we sort the rest of it all out. So I'll bring this straight a little bit. Just to there. And then we'll bring this coming round. And let me just check the terrain again. It's difficult to see when you're doing like standard dirt colours. So if I just kind of follow it to here. And then if I bring it and bend it to there. And then have it come to there. Because this area is flat. If needs be, a roundabout could be placed there in the future. But for now, I'll delete it back again. And what we'll do is we'll do a beautiful 10. Oh, I need to do it on this one. Beautiful 10 by 10 bend. And then off we go. So that is there for a future roundabout. Okay? You know, to get to this area. Was there yeah, there's all ore up here. So again, there's oil over there as well. So around about there, we can go in that direction, that direction. So I've kind of like, you know, planned it out for a future project. And that's kind of what we got to sort out. So that's pretty good then. It follows the natural curvature, the natural bends, the natural dips of the landscape. That 90 degree there is set up for a future roundabout. So where are we actually going to build the oil industry then? So again, if the oil is there, the flatness of the land is just here and a little bit of hills there. We kind of want to build it in this little section there, where it's the most flat. So this road needs to kind of bend round and follow the contours, one of them. I'll bring this back up so I can see. So we'll kind of bend it like that. And then go straight, because again, I'm trying to keep the road. It's almost like a miniature highway in many ways. Really, isn't it? That's kind of what it's like. So that's how it's going to go. And then we can pull off this, which I'll probably whack around about just there. This leads into the beginning of our oil industry. So this is going to be pretty cool then. It looks quite dramatic, this road. I've got it to a 4-laner because then we can kind of treat it like a miniature highway. And it has the lane management all set up. So we should be all pretty much good to go. So, ta-da. Alright, so if I kind of pick a point to where we're going to have the roundabout connection. So if the road starts to bend over there. So if I do it here, that kind of comes up to there. Let me move it over a bit. Say there. Yeah. So if I bring this up by 60, and then done. I'll whack a roundabout here right now. So, right. 2-lane road. We'll go 2-lane highway. Set it by a 60. Bam. Ba-bam. Now, I'm going to trigger a lot of people right now, because everyone wants me to kind of do the clickety-click-click things. But, your boy. Should I try and figure this out? I'm not sure which one it is. Junction restrictions. Do I hold shift and click? I don't quite know what I'm meant to be doing. This is why I don't do it, guys. Hold on. Is it already set up? Oh wait, is it already... Have I accidentally done it already? Don't tell me I've accidentally done it already. No. Oh, snap. It's already done it for me. Okay, the only thing it hasn't done... Oh, wait, no, it has... Okay, guys. Okay. I might have holding down shift and control or whatever it is and clicked, and I might have now... It's done it all for me. Okay, right. The only reason I never did it, because I didn't quite know how to do it. I don't know if it's 100% done. To me, it looks like it's done. That was easy. Okay, there's a few things that I would do differently. Well, not a few things, 1 or 2 things, but it's all good. I would change the approach. It's not 90-degree turns, but as of right now, it's not going to have too much demand this roundabout because this industrial area is not going to be OTT. But I've just realised I've spent 50 grand of that loan already. So this kind of needs to make me some sweet cash. It really does. So what we'll do as well to kind of make some sweet cash in the background is also extend some of the zoning. Holy moly. We'll extend some of the zoning right now so we can bring more people into the region because obviously it is going to bring more jobs. So we're going to need more people in general. I'm kind of excited that I've now, for the first time ever, done that to a roundabout. You could still tell that your boy's a complete and utter noob right now, can't you? You can call it me, guys. You know, I won't cry. I won't cry. Well, that connection goes there. Alright, and bring that up to there. So we are coming to the edge of the town's limits right now as far as I want to kind of take it. That one wouldn't go there. It's a bit too close. It would go here. I'm just going to bulk around this road a bit more because that's kind of the main kind of strip of road coming through. I'll do one more train crossing just here. And that's a 10 there. And then we'll just run this all the way down. So like I said, yeah, we are now coming to the edge and the end of this little town's limits. So water pipes, some of these are going completely skew-if. But we'll try and pull it back. So I'm going to do this area for now. We'll zone down some residential. Again, I want all the residential. Does that actually... Okay, we don't really need this bit. I want all the residential around the park area, because obviously that's what they walk through to get to certain areas. We will do some more commercial. I'll do a little bit of commercial just over on this side. I'll do a little square just there. I'll do one just there. So a couple little stores kind of nearby for these guys. Let me get rid of all of this. I'm going to delete all this right now. Have the power lines come directly over and then connect directly to there. So they run over like that instead. So it gives me a little bit more free range with building. Which I'll have this road go just to there. I'll have that connect in. That connect into there. And then, yeah, we're pretty much our town limits to this side. I don't think I'm going to go any further right now. So it's kind of like, there is room for expansion, but we're never going to grow that far out. That's kind of the vibes that we're going with. Just so I can squeeze in a little bit more commercial in some spots. So a bit of commercial there, a bit of commercial there. So that's the big road here, but I'm going to squeeze a little bit of commercial just here. And just here. So we're creating little shopping hubs and stuff like that to kind of, you know, fit everybody in. So do residential there, there, and there, there, and there. So that will bring a lot of people on its own. Okay, we do one more water pipe. So I'm hoping the people moving in and the money we get now from that zoning should counteract any of the money that we're now technically losing. So if I fast forward then, and just let it slowly build up. And just get a gauge for how much money we are actually losing right now, just so I understand when I start building our oil industry. So we're 600 in the hole every week right now, 700, now down to 500. So it's floating around, just kind of waiting for this to now all settle as it now slowly starts to spend our demand. Hopefully then this park should increase in revenue with the amount of new people moving in as they walk through it and do what they've got to do. We're getting there. So, we came close to making profit right there, guys. We shouldn't be too far off. Okay, we're now making profit. So, I think I now have a little bit of free range to go on to build our oil industry and not worry too much, right? Yeah, we're on the cusp of making money. We're on the cusp of making money. I spent a lot of our residential demand right now. Commercial demand is a little bit still there. We have a little bit of industry demand, but I'm going to, hopefully the oil industry that I now build is going to suck it all up. So we haven't gone below 120,000. So that's the main thing I was kind of watching. Oh! What happened here? What happened here? Like, seriously, what in the... Oh, I think I know what it is. I think I know what I did. I know what I did. So, you know when I was building that roundabout? Do I have it enabled? So, when I was building that roundabout, I believe... Do you see it here? I don't think you do. So, because I was holding down shift and control and all that, I have the tsunami mod installed. Which I accidentally built a small tsunami by holding the shift button. Oh, I got unable or disable that right now because that's going to cause issues. I thought we had a flood then for a second, but no, it's just a mirage. We're in the desert. That tsunami will eventually go. But Yikes. I forgot I had the tsunami mod installed. Yikes. Don't hold shift, Seniac. Anyway. That's crazy. This area slowly built up pretty nice right now. I'm going to need that. The road's eventually going to connect up to here as a junction. So I'm going to need a secondary kind of connection to this national road, because this little town is going to be overloaded on that junction, which you can slowly start to see it happening right now as all the vehicles keep stopping and starting. But it's not a big issue just yet. But it's going to be an issue at some point. So that's something that we kind of have to take a look at, because this roundabout is now getting a little bit populated. But we'll see. Right, is that tsunami gone? It's still kind of here. I don't know how long you have to wait for it to disappear. Oh, it's hilarious. That is hilarious. Anyway. Oh, there's a vehicle. Don't go through the roundabout, guys. It only drew through it because it was like a car wash. Free car wash for everybody. Right, okay, let's go back to play road. So, oil industry then. So, we kind of have to build the main building first, don't we? So, I want to try and do this quite smart so we don't have too many issues. Because issues is probably... We're going to have a lot of issues. I will be honest with you right now. We're probably going to have a lot of issues. So if we go with the industrial road, and if I start, let's say just here, and I came out by 10. Came out by 10 there. Create that beautiful little connection. This will lead onto this area. And I think over here first then, we'll start. So if I bring this road down to about there by 30 and about 15, which will be about here, I bring it out by 10. Bring it out by 10 there, so we can start placing down our first set of oil drills. It's weird how there's all vehicles coming down. They've heard about the free car wash, haven't they? They've heard about the free car wash. So build that to there. And it allows me to then kind of build bridges going over it if it becomes a little bit too crazy. So coming away from that is 20. So if I do another 10, and then go up by 30, out by 10, out by 10. So create these little kind of sections right now. So is that another 20 going out? Yeah. So where we can have the oil wells coming in, so all the traffic filters out, and then rather than going to the highway, if I then do a road going directly up by 30 and by 30 and then extending, because I'm basically trying to think of having traffic. You know, you can utilize this to kind of cut through it all to get to the areas, but then we have like roads on the inside that they can tear through. It's not going to be a huge industrial area. That we're not going to break any records right now. It's just going to be useful. Are you going to go? I know that they do take a while to disappear. Right. So if having set up like that, we also need to get the main building in. Now, where was the terrain starting to go up a bit? So if I stick the main building around here, like just in the corner. So if I went to about 20... Oh, hold on. Wrong road. Just here. And what is that main building like? I always figure out what the main oil industry building is like. It's fairly large. It's fairly large. So if I go across by up to 20... and then stick the main building. It's going to be completely off-centered. But if I stick it here, Elk Oil Products. So I need you guys now to give me some name suggestions for this oil industry that we're now going to create. We need some beautiful, beautiful names for it. So if I just kind of do this for now, because that's where its boundaries are going to be. So that's where it is in terms of the oil. Plenty of room for expansions. Doesn't impede too much on the farming industry. There is farming land underneath this oil anyway. That's the reason it's kind of green. So we can still do farming over here. Right, so it's going to need water and stuff. We've got enough money right now to kind of see us through. So we got some worker barracks, which we'll eventually place down. We got the maintenance building, but what we want to focus on first then is pumping oil. Now we'll go for some small oil pumps to begin with. How do I get this view off? Isn't it in the settings options? Is it gameplay? No, it's disable, hide park, level up notification, hide industry, level up notifications. No. Is there a way to kind of get rid of, like, the view? I'm not 100% sure. If anyone knows, guys, let me know in the comment section down below. But we'll start here. So I'll have one pump. They cost 8,000 a pop, by the way. These do. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Very expensive right now. And if I get this following all the way up. To there. And should we give it its own little water tower? Only 3,500 to kind of utilize it. So where do we get it from? As if we're pumping from over here? Or is it cheaper? Oh no, that's 240. This is... Okay, they're both the same. I could pump the water from over here. But will it kind of completely take away? You know, I could just pump it from over here, couldn't I? Pump in the water. Oh, but then it's going to need sewage. Yikes. Didn't think of that. Right, if I pump the water... Where's the water source is the question. It's just there. So if I pumped the water from the source... Let's say we had a little water pump there. And then I placed the sewage pump, let's say, just here. I know I could connect it up all the way over to there, but I want them to have different supplies. That's what I want to pretty much do. So I bring this out to there, and I'll run directly down to here. So we're sucking up the water here, which I have a feeling it will then kind of drain the water going out. So there won't be as much water over here. Then the sewage will just pump it all out. And because it's flowing in that direction, the sewage should go that way rather than coming back upstream. Hopefully. Hopefully. So we've got 30,000 left. How much power do you reckon this whole little area is going to need? Do you reckon we could get away with just a wind turbine? That's 12,000, goes up to 20 megawatts, which has to be placed in water, which to place it in water is going to be over here somewhere. So are we literally going to power the oil industry and clean, efficient energy wind? Don't tell me that's going to be a possibility. Right, if I run that up to there, and then this going all the way down, hook it up. That should give these guys the power, which they're going to also require the sewage. And we will run the power lines all the way up to there. And that oil industry is now rocking and rolling. I'm hoping that's going to be enough power. Only time will tell. It might get crippled under the wind. So as of right now, we've only got small little oil pumps right now. We have 6 of them, which is not going to be enough to kind of break any records or sustain anything just yet. But as of right now, we've created 153 jobs. So we also need to be able to store the oil, and small crude tank here, $32 a week to kind of uphold it. So this is what I mean where I want vehicles now pushing through. So what we'll do is I'll place this at the very end here. So at least we have some localized storage for them. Trucks now already coming out, filled up. So they'll slowly start selling the goods. But first we can now, eventually store it. Oh, it needs water. There we go. So we're not losing any money just yet on the weekly basis because of that new zoning we got in for Tombstone. As I thought, there's going to be a little bit of a drop in the water. That's now dumping out the sewage, so that's going to be interesting. You can now start to see how it's coming out a little bit more brown. We're polluting the natural resources, but eventually we'll kind of fix all that stuff. So our little oil industry is now going to be underway. It will take some time for us to make some decent money, but that should now kind of... Now we have liquid gold in the region. That should now start to bring kind of like our very own little gold rush in many ways, wouldn't it? I'm hoping it does. It would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? My next question is, do I use this road here, this big 4-lane road, as being the road that kind of goes all the way down to connect as a roundabout over here? Or do I use this road? The 4-lane road's going to be able to kind of uphold a little bit more traffic, but that road there, I think I will stick to the 4-lane road. I won't do it now though. But we are now starting to see the demand shooting up. So I think the liquid gold is now we've now kind of slowly created our very own little gold rush, our very own little gold wash with our own built-in car wash. That's hilarious. All the vehicles get clean. So have we exported yet? I don't believe the oil trucks have headed out. No, they're only just up to this point. So let's have a little fast forward then. Which way are they going to go? Ooh, okay. So they're going different directions. So then I just want to see once they do export, how much money we then start having coming into the industry. So the money that we're losing is going to keep increasing the longer we go on. But there's more oil trucks now heading out. I can see down below. There we go, 960 in output just there, which is pretty sweet. So that's a question as well we kind of need to look at. Are they driving outside of the region? Or do they happen to be driving all the way to the cargo train station and exporting that way? That'll be an interesting one to kind of look at. So let me wait for the next set of oil trucks to head out. So where are you going? Going to the where? The small crude oil tank farm. Oh, over here. Okay. You're going to the oil tank farm. So are you. Okay, are you all going that way? If any vehicles head out here first. So are they just going to fill this up first? By the looks of it, yes, they are. But I want to see when a vehicle heads out, if it's going out of the region or to the cargo hub. No, cargo station. Just got to wait a little bit now, don't we? Right, I think you're now going straight out. Yep, so you are... Okay, yeah, driving out of the region. Return to facility. Return to facility. Return to facility. So, yeah, they're pretty much going back out. So, we're not far off making profit. A couple of hours are now heading out. But it's the start of something greater. That is what it is, guys. The start of something more greater than you and I. So, how is this area doing right now? We're going to start needing more kind of needs being met, such as all the policing and all that kind of jazz. Right. Traffic seems to be upholding pretty well anyway, so I ain't got to worry too much about that. Right, let's start planning out some more of our road network. That's kind of what we need to do. So, if I did it on this side first then, so we've gone by 10 up to there. So, if I stick to 10 on this side as well. And... so I just kind of continue. So that's 52. So I'm just trying to work out all my little connections right now. I'm not going to do a connection on this. I want to keep this quite free. Because that eventually might lead to a river passing. That's probably what it eventually might do. So I think with that thought process, maybe I get rid of that. And we just kind of bring these roads to an end. And how far are we going to be taking this? Probably probably to here is probably where it's going to end, right? I'm just kind of like do a little section like that. And that kind of brings the edge of this town together. Just finish off these edges. To there. Do one to there and to there. Bring that up to there. And then just little bits as well. And that's as big as the town of Tumbleweed is going to be. That's literally as big as Tumbleweed is now going to be. So I've got room here if I do build a connection going straight across. I don't know if we ever will, but the option's there anyway. It might just kind of lead down to a ferry crossing. It is quite harsh cliff edges, which is actually a good thing in many ways, because when I build the dam, I don't know how much we're going to back the water up. So having the shoreline quite high is probably a good thing. I can eventually, if I wanted to, create like a small little beach or whatever to the river. But you just never know. You never know. So the oil industry right now is actually making profit, which is good to see. I'm going to check the pollution real quick. Pollution, where are you? Where's the pollution button? There we go. So it's not causing too much pollution. Not like this little bit here, but there's not really that much ticking along just yet. I'm just making sure it's not going upstream. That'll be the big issue. This is hilarious. It's a mirage! We're seeing water from a distance. Right, okay. Okay. Right, I've got to figure this out, because this is going to annoy me if I don't figure it out. So, it's actually... What road is it? It's a 4-lane road, isn't it? Yeah, with the parking in the middle. It will eventually be upgraded to something else. So, it would come down to here. And if I just pause for a hot minute... and just brought it to there, because it's going to destroy a little bit of our power lines. That's how it's going to tear through, and it will then eventually hook up to a roundabout. Where that roundabout will be, I do not know. So if I chose this one, if I came from this angle to there, delete you back a bit. So that becomes a 12 by 13. I'll take that. I'll take that 12 by 13. And then that is how we connect up. So it's pretty much like a big L. But it allows me then to kind of create roads trailing off it to run down here, which will probably eventually have like a little town over there. That is our main road dragging through. Probably have a connection there, and worse being worse, we might then go that way. But you never know. You never know how this town is going to expand. So if that's how it went, I just kind of want to finish up with a few of my roads. So if they're all the main roads coming off it, wouldn't it make then the roads coming off this the main roads too? So it would. So this will become that style road. This will become that style road. So would this. And so would you. But I'll only lead it to this road. So all roads that connect to the big 4-laner turn out to be properly concreted rather than just, you know, that style. I'll only bring it up to this road here. I could extend it going up, but it's going to create too many awkwardness. So I'll lead that up to there. And then the rest of it, like I said, is then just completely this style. Yeah, the more I do, the more I'm adding on to the town. So I think I'm just going to kind of stop right there. Right, get rid of these power lines. And I'm going to kill them off down to here as well. And we'll just kind of run them to there, straight up. So we pretty much all got power still. Leave it as that. Leave it as that. So yeah, we're going to eventually have the connection here. What do we do with this roundabout? And how do I work with the train tracks? Do I make the train tracks become a crossing under or over the roundabout? Do I make the bend happen a little bit earlier so it crosses over the road instead so we can keep the roundabout pretty much free? Do I make the highway come to there so we got enough round? There's a couple of options that I pretty much got. What I do need though is more policing. We have a lot of crime going on. So we've got enough money to kind of build another small police station. So that's just there. If I build this one just here, has it got enough power? Yeah. So adds another little police station in. Serve the local community. All good, all good, all good. And we're pretty much rocking and rolling. So we're not making much more money, but we technically are. We're making now a couple of grand here and there. Depends on the export is the big one. Hopefully this tsunami will eventually go. But this oil industry is starting to make a little bit of money. So every so often right now, as we keep ticking along, we'll keep pumping in more investment into our oil industry and building new buildings. That will help us keep ticking along. And slowly keep expanding it, and before you know it, that'll be the forefront of the money maker in Dead End. Tumbleweeds had some beautiful expansions too. And I think some of these roads, I probably won't even add any zoning on. So it just kind of looks like it's still half finished in many ways. I think that would kind of be like a cool little thing to kind of do for the town. But yeah, by having that additional connection, we'll kind of split up the traffic a bit more. And enable people to get to work a little bit easier. I don't know if it would kill off the train line. That would be interesting. How is the train line doing anyway? Where is the train? Just pause. Is it able to uphold line details? Yeah, we still don't need a secondary train just yet. We're still all good, boys. They're complaining about not enough educated workers. Oh yeah, we still need to add in education. But that's, once we got the investment coming into the region, I can then start to spend the money. And one of those things that we're going to prioritize is going to be education. But for now, guys, we're going to end it for here. I hope you did enjoy this little episode right now. We're kind of now sharpening up pretty nice for a beautiful little industry with a built-in car wash. Guys, if you did enjoy this episode, please smash that like button down below. If you are new in here, then make sure you do subscribe. But until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, good.